I'm back with Brooke Goldstein, Executive Director of the Lawfare Project. She lives in Israel. She's currently joining us from Italy, where she is with her family. Brooke, I just saw a quotation on social media that struck me, and it was a tweet to the effect that this is what we are just seeing is anti-colonialism in practice. The quotation was to the effect that, what did you think anti-colonialism meant? Did you think it was a theory, an op-ed, a position paper? I guess what the writer was saying is, no, anti-colonialism is guerrilla revolution and terrorism carried out on the street. What we're studying may be the theory, but this is the practice. Now, I think that there are so many Americans who spout the rhetoric of anti-colonialism who have no idea that this is in fact the practice that these people have in mind. I'd like you to comment on that, and I don't know if you want to go here, but one interesting large voice that is completely absent and silent from this debate is one Barack Obama. Now, Barack Obama advocates a kind of anti-colonial point of view in his memoir called Dreams from My Father. He hasn't said a word about what's happened, even though he's quick to weigh in on a lot of things. He just weighed in about the Iranian woman who got the Nobel Prize, for example, but complete silence on this topic. Could you comment on this anti-colonialism issue and its relevance to what we're talking about?
Yeah, well, murderers always have a moral excuse for what they're doing. The Nazis justified what they were doing because they were in the pursuit of a pure Aryan race, and they were anti-Semitic. They believed that the Semitic people were inferior and that they were on a God-given mission to purify the world. ISIS also loves to justify what they're doing. They're also with this sort of anti-colonial narrative where they slaughter other Muslims, actually, because for them it's a theological thing, and if you're not Muslim enough for them, you deserve to die. This is a death cult, all right? And death cults always like to justify themselves. But what is so scary, Dinesh, as you pointed out, is in the West, rational people who are growing up in an otherwise normal society are starting to buy into this perverse narrative, and it's extraordinarily dangerous. For anybody who knows history, they know that Zionism was the ultimate anti-colonial project. Jews are from Judea, like Italians are from Italy, like Arabs are from Arabia. And the Jewish people have been fighting against the colonialization of our indigenous homeland for centuries. We were fighting against the Greeks. We were fighting against the Romans, we fought against the Ottoman Empire, and then we fought against the British colonialism, where they were preventing Holocaust survivors from coming back to live in Israel. And once we did come to live in Israel, even though there's been a Jewish presence in Israel continually for the past, 4,000 years, we were then set upon by our Arab and Muslim neighbors who were trained, including the Mufti of Jerusalem, by the Nazis on how to engage in anti-Semitic propaganda, and then started to engage in pogroms before the State of Israel was established, slaughtering men, women, and children, also in their sleep, in their beds, in their homes. The Jewish people have been subjected to these types of pogroms for centuries. And that is why, Dinesh, I am so distressed that once again this is happening. How is it in 2023 that innocent Jewish men, women, and children are being slaughtered, and people are finding it to excuse this behavior? I'll never forget reading about Harvard and how they invited Nazi war criminals. And I think even today, it's not a fellowship, it's something is named still in Harvard today after a Nazi. and how American newspapers cozied up to the Nazis and played down their crimes. I've made it my mission, and Dinesh, I know it is your mission, and I know that everybody watching it is their mission to ensure that history does not repeat itself. And I have to say, the Jewish people are strong. We are resilient. We have a state. Jewish people around the world are mobilizing. Tomorrow, for example, in Rome, I will be appearing at an anti-terror rally that is happening here and speaking at it. We are out on the street and we are mobilizing in strength, in dignity, and in unity. So the one thing I think, just to conclude, is so important, and I have to say, I don't know any other term other than silver lining. Maybe you can help me, but I guess the one thing that I find encouraging right now is that you do see states announcing that they are cutting aid to the Palestinian Authority because they see who they are, the monsters that they are. We see different countries lighting up their monuments with the Israeli flag to show solidarity with the Jewish people. People of good conscience are waking up and they're vocally speaking out against Islamist terrorism, which is a scourge that affects the entire world, not just the Jewish state.
We'll be right back for a final segment with Brooke Goldstein. Guys, with the movie coming out this month, this is a great time to check out my Locals channel. The new film, Police State, will be posted at Locals. You can watch it there. And I post lots of exclusive content on Locals, including content that is censored on other social media platforms. On Locals, you get Dinesh Unchained, Dinesh Uncensored. You can also interact with me directly. I do a live weekly Q&A every Tuesday, so tomorrow, and no topic is off limits. I've also uploaded a bunch of other films to Locals, documentaries, feature films, my films, films by other independent producers. 2000 Mules is up there. And as I mentioned, new film coming out this month, Police State. I'll be giving you the inside scoop on Locals. If you're an annual subscriber, you can stream and watch all of this content for free. So check out my channel. No charge to do that. It's dinesh.locals.com. I love to have you along for this great ride. Again, it's dinesh.locals.com.